What up, crew? It's Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn Magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. Today I'm going to be showing you a card trick that is very timely. Get it? Of course you don't get it because I haven't shown you the trick yet, so let's do it. Alright guys, so check this out. For this card trick, I'm actually going to need a deck of playing cards, but I'm going to do something unique, okay? I'm going to make a clock with the playing cards. Let me show you what I mean. I have the Queen here representing the 12th hour. Then we have the Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and Jack representing the 11th hour. Now for this card trick, I do need a spectator, so let's just pretend that I'm also the spectator. So me being the performer, I would ask the spectator just to think of their favorite hour of the day, right? In our case, let's say their favorite hour of the day is the 5th hour, okay? And I would tell them whatever their favorite hour is to memorize the card at that location. So in our case, the favorite hour is the 5th hour, so the card there is the 5 of hearts. So memorize the 5 of hearts, okay? Once the spectator has that memorized, of course, me being the performer, I have no idea what card they selected. I'm now going to clean up the clock and put it right on the bottom of the deck. Now at this point, me being the performer, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn away, close my eyes, do whatever. And I'm going to have the spectator go ahead and take off any number of cards from the top that matches their hour, right? So let's say they picked 4, they would put 4 cards on the bottom. But in our case, we picked 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, they would not be telling me any of this. They'd take that, put that on the bottom. Once they're done, me being the performer, I would turn right back around, give the deck a couple of cuts, and we'll be good to get started. At this point now, I'm going to tell the spectator that I'm going to go through every single card in the deck, and I'm just going to place them all face down, taking a card off the top and then 1 card off the bottom. And I'm just going to speed through this for you so you don't have to sit here and wait. All right, so now that we've gone through all the cards, I'm going to mix them up as well, okay? Just mix them all up, bam, just like this. Now, how impressive would it be if I turned all these cards around and I could find your card that you were just thinking of right now? I know, that would be pretty impressive. But I'm going to take it a step further. Just by having all these cards face down, I'm still going to pick your card from this pile. And now tell me, what was your favorite hour of the day? The 5th hour? Well, let me show you the card that you selected. The card that you selected is right here, the 5 of hearts. Alright guys, so welcome to the tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed that performance. I know it was a little difficult to do, but hopefully I was able to get the main effect across. So just a little bit of background on this effect. It's known as Mongolian Clock by Ryan Murray. And of course it does require a little bit of a setup, but the whole thing can be done right in front of the spectator because all you're really doing is creating a clock, okay? So that being said, let's go ahead and break it down. Starting off this effect, you can of course use a borrowed deck if you like. You take the deck and tell the spectator that you're going to make a clock using the cards from Ace through Queen. Okay, and this is how you're going to go about making the clock. You have the Queen, you put that at the 12th hour, then Ace, 2, 3 at the 3rd hour, all the way to the right, 4, 5, 6, 6th hour, 7, 8, 9, all the way to the left, 10, and Jack being your 11th hour, and your clock is complete. Once you've set up this clock, you ask the spectator to think about their favorite hour of the day, right? Between 1 and 12. And the reason you're asking for their favorite hour is because you want to kind of have them have some kind of connection with this trick. So let's say they think of their favorite hour and it is the 2. So of course they're just thinking this, you as a performer, you have no clue. So you tell them to memorize the card at their favorite? You tell them to memorize the card at their favorite hour. So in our case, it is the 2 of diamonds. Once they say it's done, of course you again have no clue what that card is. You're going to clean up the clock. And the way you're going to clean up the clock is that you want to keep everything in order. Ace on top, Queen, sorry, I have no idea what I'm saying. Ace on the bottom, and then Queen on top. And of course you can just pick it up as if you're cleaning it all up. And then you take these and put it right on the bottom. During the cleanup, sometimes you can make it look a little bit messy because the cards are overlapping. So when you're kind of sweeping them all together, the spectator can believe that the cards are being mixed up, but it's not really something that has to be done. Back to the trick now. So you tell the spectator to go ahead, take this deck, and hold it while you are going to turn around or close your eyes or both. Once they're holding the deck, you instruct the spectator to take off the cards from the top that's equal to the number, their favorite hour of the day, right? So their favorite hour of the day was the second hour, so they take 2 cards, 1, 2, order doesn't matter here. So they take 2 cards and put those 2 cards on the bottom. Of course, like I mentioned, you being the spectator, you have your eyes closed, back turned, you have no idea how many cards they actually took from the top and put on the bottom. Whew. From this point, you turn back around. I like to kind of give the deck just a false cut for fun. The spectator doesn't know it's a false cut, but it's just something that I like to do when performing. So once that is complete, you tell the spectator now that you're going to go through the entire deck and take 1 card from the top, 1 card from the bottom, and put all the cards face down. And you just go ahead, you start doing that. Of course, it may take a little while, so you want to keep the spectator entertained with just a little bit of patter. Okay, so you take 1 card off the top, 1 card off the bottom, 1 card off the top, 1 card off the bottom, and you're actually counting to the 26th card. Okay, it's 26th card in total, or you can think of it as the 13th card from the bottom. I tend to think of it as the 13th card from the bottom. I don't know why, it just helps me think better, okay? So right now, this is the 2nd card from the bottom, and I'm just gonna go through this real quick. 13. Now, when you're at the 13th card, this is actually their selection. It's pretty cool how math works, but that's actually their selection. So you want to keep in mind where that card is. So now at this point, I start getting a bit sloppy. So you can see the cards are already a little bit like this. They're starting to get messed up a little bit, and I just continue that, right? So when I start dealing again, I don't have to do any more counting in my head, but I just start dealing like this. So now you can see clearly the spectator card is sticking out here, and you just continue this whole thing. Let's just continue going through. Okay, so we've gone through all the cards. The spectator's card is right here. They have no idea where their card actually is, but you do. You just don't know what their card is. From here, you're gonna mix up the cards. And the easiest way to mix up the cards without losing the spectator's card is to take your thumb right here, put it on top of the spectator's card. And of course, don't be super obvious about it, like boom, there we go, now we mix up. No, just go right into it and start mixing it up. You see how my thumb automatically comes right here? Start mixing it up as much as you'd like, and make sure your thumb does not leave that card, right? Now you're mixing it up. You can easily track where my thumb is. So I can even keep it right here in the center, hide it behind some cards, and you can see it's right there. And from here, you ask the spectator, would it be impressive if I could flip all these cards over and find your card? They'd say, of course, yes, that's impressive. But you say, I'm gonna take it a step further. With all the cards face down, I'm still gonna find your card. And now you go through a little bit of some kind of psychic connection, psychic motion, whatever it is. Try to find the spectator's card. And then you come, of course, you know exactly where it is. You come to it, do a nice slow reveal. And there it is. The card the spectator merely thought of that you were able to find in a huge mess. And of course, we can't have Magic Monday without a quote of the week. So this one used to be my favorite, from Ben Franklin. He says, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn." All right, guys, peace out.